Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. And thank you for coming to the Weekly Live for Relationship Communications. Welcome to this week's Weekly Live, and I'm thrilled that you're here with me. And for those of you that may be joining us for the first time, I'm Lisa DeToffol, and I'm the founder of Relationship Communications. It's my online community where I work with established and aspiring entrepreneurs. And today I'm going to be your host for the Relationship Communications Weekly Live, which is my weekly live stream show that airs every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I do hope you'll put that on your calendar, make plans to join us every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. However, I would also like to add a comment here to let you know in January, starting in the new year, the time may be changing for our weekly live. I will keep you posted as we get closer to the new year. Again, if you're joining me live, please do say hello in the comments and let me know that you're here. I would love to hear that. My goal here is to share tactical and practical information to help you get where you want to go faster than you can get on your own. I've been an entrepreneur now for 7 years. I've made many mistakes, and I'm here to tell you I can help you move through them more quickly by sharing what I have learned through my experiences. So again, if you're here live with me, let me know where you're coming in from. Say hello. And we are streaming in various different places. So if you are joining me today on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we go live. So today we're going to be talking about, are you reaching 100%? I'll explain a little bit further what that means in a few moments. Before I dive into our topic, I would like to introduce myself for those that maybe don't know me or maybe joining us for the first time. So when I was a preschool teacher back in 2017 and 25 years prior to that, I had dreamed of working from home. But I had been through 2 messy divorces and had been a single mom twice. And it didn't seem possible at that time. So, and I was the breadwinner of my household and, was scared to kind of step out and do anything on my own. But then I met my husband in 2012, and that is when I could see the possibility of my dreams coming true. However, it was not an easy task. But with his support, with my family's support, I started a training program to learn to be a virtual assistant in 2018, which also showed me how to start my own business. And by the end of that program, I had a couple of clients and have continued to grow my business. And now the Tiger Eye Solution team that was established in 2021 every single year. My life looks a little bit different now than it did back then. This is my family, my children, Caleb, Matthew, and Alyssa, my grandchildren, John Price, Hattie Joe, and Anakin, and my husband, Jeff. They all really keep me on your toes for sure. 3 kids and 3 grandkids. So yes, all under the age of 3. So, yes, a lot of activity going on for sure. So I also want to share with you about the launch pad that's coming up in January too. I will share that at the end before we end the broadcast. So are you reaching 100%? When you're a business owner, you often have to move from one system to another. It might be a billing system. It might be a calendar system. And it might be, creating a new system, from scratch in order to be successful. And you need to go and move forward with that 100%. And I will explain exactly what I mean. So for a new project to be successful, you need to commit. And what I mean by that is choose the solution. Really do the research. Don't look back, right? You don't want to be second guessing yourself or going through the solution as, you're going through the setup. You want to make sure you have the solution established and then go through the setup step by step, right? So, and you really have to commit to this, in order to get the solution or results that you want. So you have to commit and go all in 100%, basically, is what I'm trying to say, okay? You also have to make sure you have enough time. Moving from one system to another definitely takes time. However, if you don't go all the way through with it, what happens is you're going to waste time and be very frustrated and in a limbo period, if you will, as you get started. So make sure you set aside X amount of time, and sometimes that may even mean a Saturday or a Sunday, or even at night. Depends upon what your daily schedule looks like, because you don't want to be taking away from the time you're working with clients and customers, for sure, right? So this may be some time you have to set aside in the evenings or on the weekends to actually get this accomplished. But make sure you take the time to make that move, to make that transition, okay? Being thorough is critical also. So imagine this. Let's say you have a paper calendar system and an electronic calendar system. You've decided you want to move everything into the cloud and move over to the Google Calendar. So you have your paper calendar and you get 75% or even 90% of the appointments moved over to the Google Calendar. I apologize. I have a little scratchy throat this morning. So you get 75 or 90% of your appointments moved over to the Google Calendar. You're going to be doubting yourself all the time. And what's going to happen is you're going to miss something. And it's going to cause a problem later, because you definitely don't want to miss anything when you're making that transition from the paper calendar over to the Google digital calendar, okay? So if you're moving everything over to the Google Calendar from the paper calendar, make sure you add birthdays, anniversaries, reminders. In other words, go all in 100% so that you can trust the new system. Okay, that's very, very important, because you definitely want to be able to trust whatever the new system is, right, that you're setting up or moving over into. Also, get the support that you need. Find out if you're moving to a new application, what the support options are. Is there a chat or an email that you can use? Make sure that you think through the steps of the project before you start. A lot of times you get your questions answered beforehand, so that you have a more smoother transition. Moving to new systems is very exciting, but it can really transform the way you and clients do business. It really can. Minimizing mistakes and things that are being tolerated currently. But it's critical that you go all in 100% when you do this, okay? So again, no matter if it's a calendar that you're setting up, or moving from the paper calendar to a digital or Google Calendar, no matter what it is, what kind of system it is, you make sure you go all in 100% and do all the research to make sure this is the perfect place for you to be going, right? For your business, for your clients and customers, etc. There's many great systems, applications, etc. out there to help you in your business. No matter what type of business it is, you just have to do a little research and pick and choose which systems are going to work better for you in your specific business. If you have some questions around that and would like to have a conversation to dive a little deeper into that, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you and maybe even help you determine what specific systems may be best for your specific business, okay? So also, if you're not a part of the relationship communications community over on Facebook, I would like to invite you to come join the group. It's a free community to be a part of. Just go to Facebook and type in the search bar relationship communications, and the group should come up, and post in there. I cannot encourage you enough to make posts in that community, in the group, about your business and about what you do and who you work with, etc. Because there's, oh my goodness, almost 600 members, and they're not active. So if you are a part of the community already, you need to step up your game, so to speak, and start being active in the group. Post what you're doing. You know, it's a holiday season. Some of us may have holiday specials that we're offering for our business. Post that in the group. There could be somebody in there that could use it. You never know, right? So by all means, if you're a part of the community, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, tell us what you do, and post about your business, okay? And if you're not a part of the community, head on over and join, and then introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do. We would love to hear that, okay? And also, the community does a once a month networking mixer. And I would like to invite you to our next one, which will be the very last one of the year, which is December 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's a great way to get to know each other, especially if you're already a part of the community. You definitely want to come, meet each other face to face. Yes, we would be in a Zoom room, but you still can actually meet the people face to face and have conversations with them. So by all means, if you're looking to step up your networking game, and if you're part of the community already, come join us on December 23rd. I know that's really close to Christmas. I get it, because I'm going to have Christmas festivities going on at that time as well. But end your year, especially if you're going to be taking time off for the holidays after that, end your year with meeting new people. And then at the beginning of the year is a great time to go follow up with those people that you meet at the event or other events that you may attend. So I'd like to invite you. I know our last networking mixer was also at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So this month is supposed to be at 6 p.m. because I do alternate the times. However, due to it being the holidays, and that's just a couple of days before Christmas, I'm doing it in the afternoon. So it will hopefully not interfere with any of your holiday plans. So again, I hope you will put this on your calendar and make plans to join us at 2 p.m. on December 23rd. I don't have the slide up, but I also want to tell you a little bit about the networking method launch pad that is going to be happening in January as well. It starts January 14th. And start your new year off running. Kickstart your networking journey, especially if that's one of your goals maybe for 2026 is to network more. The Networking Method Launchpad, again, starts on January 14th of 2026, where I will share with you how to start your networking journey and how to build your network on a regular basis, no matter if you're starting from scratch or if you had tried networking before. These are tried and true methods that I teach and that I have been doing myself since 2018 when I started my business. Everyone is welcome to this 3-day free event. It is a free event to attend. So mark on your calendar to join us for part 1 on January 14th of 2026. You do have to sign up in order to participate because the event itself takes place in a private Facebook group. So if you would like to join, I would highly recommend you go ahead and sign up now to hold your spot before all the spots get filled, right? So again, it's the Networking Method Launchpad. Part 1 is on January 14th of 2026 at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. This is going to be lots of fun. There will be prizes that we'll be giving away, so you don't want to miss it. Part 1, we talk about what is networking. We take a little deep dive into what networking is. Then part 2 is kind of magical because we learn how to get real about our networking. And then part 3, we learn how to start from where you are. There will also be homework involved, bonuses, and so much more. And I'm going to open the doors to the Networking Method Academy, which is my 6-month signature course on how to make the most of your networking efforts. So I would love to have you think about that. Go ahead and sign up and save your spot for the launch pad. Like I said, it's a 3-day event and it is free to attend. You just do have to sign up so you can be invited to the private Facebook group where the event will be taking place. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Weekly Live for 2025. This is, we're winding down. I think we may have possibly one more before the end of the year. No, actually, we have 2 more weekly lives before the end of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and start wishing you a happy holidays because I know we are in the holiday season, and I'm sure you're starting to do a lot of holiday decorating events, etc. So happy holidays. If you have any questions about anything I shared today, please do reach out and let's have a conversation. See you again soon.